Welcome to EWN Network and welcome to Morning Cup of Joy. I am Jean Lorio and we know Mama Huddle Bear, Kathleen Caputo, and hopefully we'll be joined by Graceisis. And I'm not seeing any comments, so I hope they start when people start putting some in. But anyway, it says we're live, so I'm hoping everyone's out there, and I hope you're having a beautiful morning. We are having, you guys, it's 8 o'clock where you are. It's 6 o'clock in the morning where I am.
No.
I'm not quite awake yet. But what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start with the heart brain, because that's what Teri starts with. By the way, she's on an airplane. She's either on an airplane or waiting to get on an airplane so she can go back to Arizona. So we wish her and pray for her that she has safe travels all the way. And let's go ahead and slow ourselves down, get ourselves comfortable, put our hand on our heart. So we center our thoughts there. Take a deep breath and find that space inside of us, that very special place where all joy, all peace, all happiness survive and live because of love. Take another breath and bring in that love. Think of something that makes you wonderfully happy. It might be a beautiful sunset. It might be a beautiful mountain you once saw, or a lake, or the ocean. And just rest for a couple of minutes. And then I like to envision a silver cord coming out the back of my heart, out my back, up my spine, and into my crown chakra into my brain. And when it does, that love from my heart just fills my mind with peace and joy. All troubles are gone. And we're just going to breathe there for a minute. And slowly we'll open our eyes and come back, but we'll keep the feeling, keep that joy. And I feel like maybe I've done something wrong. Oh, maybe I need to hit chat. There's Jean.
Hi, Jean. Good morning.
Happy pink moon. I found a picture last night of a pink moon. The moon isn't really pink, but actually, they're saying that some places it might be pink this year. I don't know why they didn't explain. They just said some places there might be pink this year. But it's called the pink moon because there's a flower, it's actually a moss that blooms at this time that's pink. And it's in the east and central part of the United States, and it blooms at this particular moon in April. And so that's why they started calling it the pink moon. So I didn't know why. I thought maybe it was really pink. I went out last night and looked at it at 12:53 and it was still white, but it was really bright, really bright. So, okay, Thanks for being here, Jean. I'm so glad you're here. I don't know. Oh,
Well,
Gracie.
Gracie's here.
Yes, I don't know exactly how. Good morning, Auntie Jean and Mama Huddle Bear.
Good morning.
Did you press the link, honey, to come in?
I
Yeah.
just see the chat.
Yeah. You should press the link. Wait a minute. Maybe she's there. Maybe let me do something. Let me change this. No, she didn't come in. Change it back.
Hi, Julie. Morning.
Maybe she's here. There!
Yay!
Gracie! Oh, she left. Maybe I didn't do it fast enough. Come back, Gracie! Hi, Julie! My voice gets so high when I go on. I don't know why. Well, I always sound like Mickey Mouse, but really, truly, I do. I hate the way I sound when I listen to, but it does get higher.
Good
And
morning, Charlie. Charlie just came in.
Hi, Charlie. Well, Charlie doesn't have this problem, but I wanted to ask the other ladies if they did. When you put on your mascara, do you immediately sneeze and all your mascara goes down here? I don't know. Every morning I put it on and then all of a sudden I have to sneeze and it's all down here. So then I have to wipe it off.
Mine ends up down there anyway, even if I don't sneeze.
Well, it ends up there. But, it just, why is it when you put it on first thing in the morning, you have to sneeze? I don't understand that. So, but anyway, this is a wonderful day because of the moon. But the only thing is the moon puts out a lot of energy. I don't know if anyone had trouble sleeping last night. I did. Hi, Jessie. Charlie, how's everybody? Where's Christine? She's not going to come on our chat? Okay. I wanted to read the blog for you. I thought, there she is. Let me try again. No, that's.
I see another window come up, but I don't see her face. I
hear her, Gracie.
I hear her.
Maybe she's not coming on with her face. Are you not?
There's that giggle. We know you giggle anywhere, Gracie.
Can you hear it now? I think it's on the other one. I'm on both my phones. Don't worry, my loves. Just keep going.
Yeah, but we can't see you.
Yeah, because I'm on that phone that doesn't allow me to my video, and if I go out, I will not get back in.
Oh, sweetie, I wanted to see you. How are you this morning? Hi, Kathy Ann's here.
Oh, I'm so happy to be with you all.
Oh, we're so happy to have you with us. Only I really wanted to see your beautiful face.
Well, I don't know about that. So I'm afraid if I touch anything, we'll lose everything. So, yeah, because I'm on that. Yeah, but you're both there with Auntie G.
Yeah, we're both here, and we're kind of small though. I hope you all are seeing us bigger because we're pretty small here. But if I make us bigger, let me see what happens if I make us bigger. Hang on, Gracie.
Ooh.
Okay, there we're a little bit better.
Yeah, except that now you've got that logo in front of you.
That's okay. No problem.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about the logo. She says don't worry about that. Okay. Well, I worry about that. But let's see what this one does.
Let's see.
There. No, it's still there. Okay, we'll be little. I don't like that in front of your face. There. Okay. I'm going to read the blog. I printed it out. So let's see. Let's see what she has. Hi, Susan. I'm Jennifer. Marietta's here.
Marietta? Wow.
Marietta, are you out on the ocean? I bet you are. Okay, this is what Teri wrote for her blog. My friend Monica reminded me that today was Passover, a very special holiday for the Jews that commemorates the liberation of the Israelites from slavery in ancient Egypt. The holiday lasts for 8 days. You know, their holidays last for many days.
Mm-hmm.
And we get Christmas. I may have to, Okay, I'm sorry. For 8 days, and is celebrated in the early spring, usually in March or April. The story of Passover dates back to ancient times when the Israelites were enslaved in Egypt under the rule of the Pharaoh. According to the biblical record, God sent 10 plagues. Plagues. Did someone say something?
No. Go ahead. It's okay. I'm at work.
Sorry, honey.
Okay.
This okay. According to the Bible account, God sent 10 plagues to convince the Pharaoh to release the Israelites from slavery. The final plague was the death of the firstborn sons in every Egyptian household. But the Israelites were instructed to mark their doorposts with lamb's blood so that the plague would pass over their homes. This event led to the Pharaoh finally agreeing to let the Israelites leave Egypt, and they fled to freedom through the parted waters of the Red Sea. That was a miracle to see. The
Mm-hmm.
celebration of Passover begins with a ceremonial meal called the Seder, which means order in Hebrew. And the meal is conducted in a specific order that includes the recitation of prayers, the reading of the story of Passover, and the eating of symbolic foods. I know that I have always been aware of Passover, but not the total significance of it, nor the tradition. What a great thing to commemorate, though freedom. What if we celebrated every day? Dear angels, the way we commemorate holidays is mostly centered around food. Throughout the 8 days of Passover, Jewish people abstain from eating leavened bread and other foods that contain yeast or baking powder. Instead, they eat matzah. I think that's the way it's
Mm-hmm.
pronounced, matzah, which is a simple unleavened bread made from flour and water. This tradition serves as a reminder of the haste with which the Israelites left Egypt, and that the fact that they didn't even have time to allow their bread to rise. What if we celebrated all the events in our life based on the lessons we learned? Would we focus on freedom? I think it would look a lot different from the way we actually honor things in our lives today. And then she has a response from the angels. Dear ones, those lessons you came to earth to fully understand are part of the purpose for still being here. Unique things and words will click the purpose inside of you. Do you resonate with being held back and having your freedom taken away? What will you reclaim first? And are you willing to show that commitment as the Jews do? They sacrificed pleasure by eating food that was bland, simple, made without spice and enhancements. Are you prepared to show your dedication in a similar fashion, giving up conveniences in order to fully understand your life lessons? We encourage you to look at your willingness to learn about why you are here and open your eyes and heart to be grateful. It is not necessary to replicate what the Jewish traditions are. You can create your own traditions. The important part is to be aware and then be willing to make changes in your life. Even small changes will help you see things with a different perspective. She answers, Dear angels, thank you. I love you. Namaste, y'all. I just occurred to me, and I have two experts here, Gracie and Kathy. Is that why the Catholics celebrate Lent? Is kind of the same thing, where they give up something at Lent before Easter?
Gracie, you want to take that one?
Oh, gee, I I I believe that I believe that is part of it.
Okay.
And I do believe that there are different translations, and it narrows to what it. I think we're asked, what does it mean to you? What is the significance? And I'll take myself as an example. What I do is like a lot of people, they give up treats or things that they love,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so that you're whenever you're tempted to do that, you're just being aware. It's an awareness that you're bringing to yourself, that of the journey and the significance of what actually um, takes place.
Uh-huh.
Because the crucifixion, what Jesus went through, we all go through, and we don't go through like how they did it in those days. But
Mm-hmm.
a crucifixion is something that changes within us, something that comes to an end, and the end may be something that um, had to come, but it had to come in its own way because we looked at it. It's a lot to do with that, and that's how I look at it as you know Jesus taught us, showed us what happens on this plane, on the human condition, and that's what we have to look at, that we overcome the human condition. You have to be aware of it. So that's what I believe the church and religion, in that sense, Protestant, Baptist, that's what is the awareness that is brought, but also the deliverance, the like in the course of miracles, it's taking away grievances. You give up. Sometimes people give up being too controlling. What awareness do you want to bring to yourself for the change, for the rebirth, for the newness? That's how I look at it as. But yeah, I do believe that that's what they do. In
Sally
the
says it brings about an awareness of all that Jesus sacrificed for us, a sort of showing of solidarity.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Good morning,
exact
Sally and Joanne, and there was someone else here Suzanne. Well, I think I had already said hello to Suzanne, but you know what? This is actually a very special time because um, at least that's what I was listening to on the internet the other day, because Easter, Ramadan,
exactly.
and Passover are all happening at the same
Mhm.
time. It doesn't happen that way every year, but this year it is. And so, I so pray that we can find peace when everybody is being reminded and being made aware of what the divine has sacrificed for us or done for us, that that we could all do so in peace with each other. I think that's a beautiful thing. So,
Teri just joined us. She said hello
Teri,
from the boarding area.
she said she was going to try.
Oh, that's good. And
I
it's
think she's down.
it's so funny because yes, you're right, Auntie Jean, about this year being so marvelous in that all those three means of getting to the Creator are all celebrating. We have um, some Muslims here, very good friends of ours, who
Huh?
actually who actually are doing the Ramadan, but they go for the 40 days. It's like a
Yes.
40-day fast until they see the first moon. And remember, there was a time, and we've been told in the Bible, sorry to quote the Bible, that I will, for 40 days, 40 days you will sort of wander in the wilderness and I will feed you, I will look after you, I will provide for you. Perhaps that's also on the Muslims'
Well,
side
that
because
I
they
think it all
fast.
Yeah.
stems from that.
Yeah.
I
It's a
think.
real fast. Mhm. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I think it all stems from that because, well, I shouldn't speak, but it's because I really don't know, but I think that the Israelites were the basis for a lot of what happened, after uh, after they became free from the Pharaoh and from Egypt.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so they kept that tradition in those 40 days, that are an important number. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Teri. Hi, Linda. Oh,
And
so
actually, we're all going through our own exodus every day,
Exactly.
going through that letting go and having that awareness, more and more of spirit of God in our lives. And it's expanding our awareness of that brings us through that exodus. And that's how we get our freedom. And that's exactly what happens every day when we meet here with Teri and with each other. We're moving further into and out of that bondage because we're more aware of God in our lives, that we're all one with each other. And that's freedom. That's the freedom that we're all looking for. That's what Jesus had as the Christ consciousness. And we're all moving toward that. No matter what religion you are, no matter where you came from,
Yeah.
we're all going to be there. And because he said, this and greater things you shall do. And that always stayed with me when I was a child. And I thought, wow, I'm eventually someday I'm going to be like Jesus. Not quite. I don't think I'm going to do that, but and it's so funny that some people think that Christ is Jesus' last name. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. But yes,
Yeah.
you realize it's a consciousness that we've gotten to. Jesus is the man, but Christ is that elevation that he got to in knowing how much he is one with God and how we're all one with God.
well,
And that's how he was able to heal people, because
Yes.
he had that consciousness.
Christ.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. We're learning in the Course in Miracles that we're all that son of God, and we're all one. I would say daughter instead of son. I don't know why. I just don't like changing my gender. But anyway, it's that's what we're learning, and it is freedom. And since we've been doing it, the Course in Miracles, there is the sense of freedom and oneness and just love that it's hard to explain. I wish you all would come to the lessons, or at least sometime in your life do the Course in Miracles, because it's wonderful. It really is. I feel so good. Okay.
Oh, Auntie Jean, I just wanted to say one thing. So at the very bottom, Teri
Yeah.
reminds us of what she's going to do. And she said, at the bottom of her blog.
Okay.
She says, today I promise to be more open to see things differently
Oh,
that I have overlooked. So that
you're
is
right.
the
It was
message.
on the other page. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
But I
you.
think that's always an important reminder, of the message. It's a summary. This is what I'm going to try and do. So I think that was wonderful. Thank you for allowing me to do that.
That's
Oh,
good.
honey, just speak up. This is, I mean, you guys, I wouldn't know what to do without you guys. But you know what I thought I'd do? Just because I don't know if you all are curious, but you know how we've always said that the Kuan Yin cards are different, the little ones and the big ones?
Yes.
Even though, see this, okay, I picked this a Kuan Yin card because I wanted to show you all this. This is the little one, and I don't know where the camera is up here.
Here. We can't see it because of your background, but
Yes, I'm going to have to
it's a
take it
little
off. No, I can't take it off because everything will get messed up.
bit. Okay.
Let me see. Maybe I can put but the little anyway, and this is the big one.
Hmm.
The picture is exactly the same,
Oh, good.
except that's got it. I have to turn it that way. They're exactly the same. Okay, the picture. This one is called Magic of the Moon to Manifest. And that's why I
Mm.
thought it'd be great for us because it's full moon. Okay. And this is the little one. And her message is just as the light of the moon ebbs and flows, all things happen according to a timing that benefits the greater garden of life. How short lived that garden would seem if all flowers bloomed at once and then it was over. As the next moon grows full, set your intentions. Your time for blossoming is near. So she's saying that the divine created the world so that flowers would blossom at different times. So it would always be beautiful. And that's what she's saying that not all of us are going to blossom at one time. We blossom at different times. And that's what makes it so beautiful. And but this one, the one that looks exactly like the other one,
Mhm.
it's not anything about the moon. Well, I don't think so because it says above you, the lantern dancer. Well, I guess that could be the moon. Above you, the lantern dancer. And then the message is in the book, and it says, there are times when we feel as though nothing seems to be flowing. We encounter obstacles and closed doors. We wait for another door to open, but nothing seems to be happening. You may begin to doubt ourselves and whether our dreams are even possible. The oracle above you, the lantern dancer, brings you a message. Things are not as they seem right now. You may think you have the whole picture in mind, but there are other factors at play. You cannot see clearly yet. Let go of your fixed opinions and worries. Trust in the power of the divine to work things out in the best possible way. So the messages are both beautiful. It's just that they're different, which you don't expect. I guess we expected it like the little book, which the messages are from the big book. So when I first got the cards, I was a little disappointed, but the messages are beautiful. And I realize now that the lantern above they're talking about is the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's beautiful, poetic in a way. I think
And this
everybody's gone away because it's. Let me see if there's any more messages. Oh, here we go. Aw, Julie, thank you. Hi,
isn't it wonderful that we blossom at different times, so that there's different experiences for each one of us? Because if we were all doing things at the same exact time, if we all looked the same or said the same things, it'd be kind of boring.
Leo.
So I think it's great that it will, like the different flowers blossom at different times, that we do the same thing and we
Well,
can help each other.
yeah. And we've talked about this once before, about the bamboo, because one of the cards is a bamboo moon. And bamboo, um, you see how beautiful and big it is when it's grown, when it's full grown.
Mhm.
But it takes years for it to grow. It looks like nothing's happening. You plant it and you think nothing's ever going to come up, nothing's happening. But underground, so much is happening. All kinds of roots are spreading out, all kinds of wonderful things are being taken in by the bamboo from the soil. And then one day it just sprouts. And that's the way it is sometimes. It takes you a while to grow and take in all the important vitamins and minerals information, and then you start to blossom and you grow big. So yeah, you're right, it's a process. Kathy says that the representation of the 40 days are Israelites wandered in the desert. That's why the Catholics do Lent, is because of that. Yeah, I think, I was Catholic. I was brought up Catholic. And so I should know that. And I knew about that, but I didn't make the connection until I read her blog. Isn't that terrible? Okay, let's do the little book. Don't laugh at me.
As Teri says, nothing. Everything is on schedule. EIWP.
WP
EIW. Everything
is
working
working
perfect.
perfectly.
We're just here to remind ourselves. We're here to remind each other. We all know this, right?
Uh-huh.
But because of life and life's happenings, meanderings, up and downs, once in a while we get a reminder. And so today, and thank you for, is it Kathy who said the 40 days? And the angels. So these are just pockets of reminders, because our trouser pockets are full of coins, key, but there's that little nugget of, a reminder. You know how you take something like, oh yeah.
Huh.
So don't beat yourself too hard, Auntie Jean.
Hi, Annie. I'm so busy looking at the people coming in that and Jean says, well, we are facets of the same light to make up the whole, so we should be different. Giggle girls. Oh, Annie's got a test today. Everybody say prayers for Annie.
Oh yes, Annie, you're gonna ace it again. You always do.
Yeah. Okay.
Jean,
How about give me a page from the little book? Oh, I forget. Oh, I give it up. There we go.
There you go.
Put it in front of your face, Jean. Okay.
Jean, I was glad you brought up the sprouting, because when that comes up through the earth has to break. And that's what happens with us sometimes. We go through that kind of break in our lives where maybe we're going through a difficult time, but sometimes that has to happen for all of that beautiful things that like the flowers are going to come up, the tree sprouts, everything is beautiful then. But we go through that little period of time where, well, the earth has to break a little bit. We have to let some things go. So what you talked about before, I thought was really great to let everybody
You
know
know that's just the same thing with the caterpillar and the butterfly.
Yes, exactly.
And I was thinking of the chick coming out of an egg.
Mhm.
And you know, they tell you with the butterfly, and I think with the chick too, you know, you see them and you want to help them, but you can't.
Yeah.
Because that breaking of that egg, breaking out of that cocoon is what gives them the strength to survive and be the beautiful creature that they are. So might be a struggle, but it's worth it because it makes you grow and makes you the beautiful, beautiful being that you are. So, yeah, thanks. That's wonderful. See,
And
that's why we wanted her here, huh, Gracie?
It's a representation also of the bondage that the Israelites were getting out of, and the bondage that we're getting out of by the kind of hypnosis that we've been put into to think there's duality, there's God in us, but no, there is just one life, ours.
Yeah, it is. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Teri says, getting on the plane now. Please pray the angels carry me safely to Arizona. I love you all so much.
We love you, Teri.
Someone give me a page from the little book so we can look at a message for today.
Let's see.
And also to give us something to talk about. Nobody's gonna give me a page.
We need a number, guys.
A number between 1 and
80. 90 or 85?
Okay.
Or ROH will be
90. 85. You're right. 85. Oh, 33. Okay, Jean. And then Annie said 4. Okay. I like that 3-3.
Thank you, Blue.
Thank you, Blue. And Annie said 4. Now I'm getting, Teri said 85. Well.
Oh, Teri said 85.
She got 85. Well, maybe, she was probably just telling me how many pages.
Oh. You read 85 too.
Okay, page 33. And unfortunately, Annie said 4, and there's no 4. There's 1 and 2.
Okay.
We'll read them both. Okay. Simplicity, patience, compassion, and most of all, love are the ingredients that will turn your life into the best experience possible. Simply be without all the complications of trying to figure everything out, but rather trusting in Source. Be patient with yourself, with others, and with your expectations in any given situation. That's so good. It resonates with me because I'm always trying to figure things out. And apparently, I don't do a real good job because I didn't know what the 40 days meant. But, I do. And then the last one, when the soul expansion happens and you start to feel small, look in the mirror and see your magnificent reflection back to you. Don't rush the process. Allow yourself to drink in all the wonderful manna that flows your way. Manna is what fed the Israelites in the desert when they were wandering around for 40 days. So blue, that goes right along with what we were talking about. with Passover and Easter, and um, and it also talks about breaking through that ground, like you said. Beautiful, wonderful. I love this little book. I really do.
That's great. Blue Jean says, love, always love. And that's the main ingredient, right? To the cake.
Yes, that's what I've always said, is that there's only one law in the whole universe. Only one thing, love. It's so simple. And we have made everything so complicated. Anyway, I wanted to share something with you all. I got some new cards. And they're all about archangels. Now I've learned to put it over my face. This is an archangel, and his name is Sachiel. 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 I had never heard of this angel before till I got this deck. And the deck doesn't come, well, that's not true. Okay, it doesn't come with a printed guidebook. You have to print the guidebook yourself. And the guidebook is pages like this. And you can't see that.
We can't see it.
It's huge. It's an 8x10 paper, and there's 2 for each angel. Anyway, it's 100 pages in color. I printed off 10 pages and all my ink is gone. But I got really curious about this angel, and he's the bringer of prosperity and abundance. Feeling good, opulence, splendor, hope, wealth, generosity, and luck. Any of us need any of that? I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah.
And the pages talk about him a little bit. He's associated with the planet Jupiter, an abundance of every kind. His presence is expansive, happy, warm, and playful. And his primary role is to open your channels of abundance by showing you the steps to follow to achieve prosperity, success, emotional fulfillment, and material gain. So I thought y'all might be interested in this archangel. Did anybody heard of him before? You have? Oh.
I think it was in Teri's book.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yes. Because when I asked her about him, she said she hadn't heard of him before.
I was having a test one day. I guess it was last year or the year before. And Teri had sent me her book about angels. And I had like an hour in between certain things with the test. And I sat and I read that book. And I'll tell you, it totally calmed me down. It was the most wonderful thing she could have sent to me. And I learned about a lot of angels that I had never heard of before.
I always thought, basically, I thought let me say this a different way. For the majority part of my life, I thought there were only like 3 archangels.
Wow.
Well, Gabriel, Michael, Raphael, those were the only ones I really was familiar with. So I knew there were other angels all around. By the way, Sachiel is a cherub. According to the information, he's a cherub. And so, and I never thought of cherubs being archangels. I always thought they were seraphim. But anyway, I forgot what I was saying.
You
That's
told
what happens when you're
there are only
77.
three angels. You told there are only three of
But I'm
them.
really interested in these cards now. And I'm going to get the other horsey cards because Kathy was so wonderful to share the link with me and tell me how to get them. So I'm going to get those. Does anyone have any thing they want to say? I feel like I've just been talking and talking. And do you all, is everybody okay? Do we need to pray for anybody? Do
Well,
we?
Blue Jean says, I am headed for a walk with the girls. The
Okay.
mist is deep on the field, melting snow. Then I go to Dolly Girl. Please pray that I will find a place for her close to me here, and prayers for Dave building the barn. So we can
Oh,
add that to our prayers today. We will.
Dolly.
Yes, Dolly and Dave, the two
Yeah.
D's.
That man worked so hard. I'll tell you.
Yeah, all the time.
There's someone on here I'm not familiar with. Lefty's Right Witch. Good morning, two wonderful souls. Oh, hello, welcome. No, three wonderful souls. Hello, Grace.
Hello.
Kathleen and Aunt Jeannie. I'm not familiar with that. That almost sounds like Christina Leftwich, doesn't it? Is that you, Christina?
Lefty's Night Watch. Is that what it is?
Right
Night Watch?
Witch.
I'm not.
Mine says
I
right.
can't see enough with this.
Okay. Well, you know, it's the senior group this morning. We're all here. We need glasses.
I had to be on with you two today.
I know. It's like, ooh,
The
freaking fat.
universe is going, oh my God. Three of them together.
Marietta says, look in the mirror and remember to smile because spirit magnifies incredible loving energy every time we smile, which is true. So, anyway, okay, guys, that's pretty much what I've got.
I have a question.
Sure.
You mentioned luck before. What is your definition of luck? Is there luck, or is there the experience that we bring to us, or is it random?
You know, I really don't know how to answer that because the more I'm learning, the more I realize that I think people get miracles all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably think that's luck, but it's not. It's miracles.
Right.
And I think a lot of it, of which miracles are in God's divine plan. So I really don't know how to, you know, we've always thought, and you all get in this conversation, that some people are lucky and some people are not lucky.
And why is that? And why do you think that is? Gracie, you have an idea?
I think I do. It may be far afield or far flung. I just feel, you know, we're not the authors of our life per se, right? But we have been given choices and a great playground to manifest and to create. I just feel, and this is my understanding as I'm evolving and from where I am at this particular moment, and also with the Course in Miracles, it's that these perhaps I've come to points where something comes and I'm like, oh, is this luck? But I'm beginning to say, no, I had thought of it a long time ago, but the timing was not right. All the elements, all the synchronicity was not there at that time. But now it's here, and it does seem like luck. But those of us who are aware, you may feel the movement. It's spirit. I feel that the word luck perhaps is used more often by those who are still on their journey of crawling on their spiritual journey. They're just beginning to wake up. So that those of us, I mean, for example, do you think that Dalai Lama would say, "Oh, that's luck"?
Never.
Hmm? Do you think Yogananda Ramahatsa would say that's luck?
No.
They would tell us, even Maya Angelou, they would tell us it's the conditioning of it's the growth of your soul, your spirit, and it is creating with your brain, because so I think I feel it's manifestation. It's you want, but at the time that is supposed to be for you, everything is about timing. That's how I look at it as. But thank you.
Yeah, I think I said luck in reference to the angel, to this angel. He said he was the angel of luck. But I agree with Gracie.
Right.
I don't.
But also, I think that it's also we have to allow language, because these are the tools, these are the words that we can understand while we're on this plane. So if you come and tell a little girl, "Isn't that lucky? Isn't that wonderful?"
Yeah.
That's what they can. It's the energy that you put around that word, how you say it. But these are words that society, we have to use them to navigate this 3D or the human condition. So when the angel used it, he's like, "This is what you'd understand." The angels always tell Teri that you you humans always
Complicate things.
complicate things. Just and you use this word when it really, this is what you're actually trying to say.
Right.
But thank you for that. Yeah.
Well, it's like you telling your miracle about the car and the Peapod the other day, about how you 2 minutes after you stepped out of the car and went with the cab driver, your car got hit and smashed.
Right.
And what people will say, "Boy, were you lucky?" Well, you weren't lucky. You were under the protection of the angels and the divine.
Yeah.
So, But anyway, I was looking at the time. I think we need to say our closing prayer. And I would like for you to say it, Kathy, if that's okay with Gracie.
It's so wonderful. I'll see her on the television.
Well, you do call her. You call her
ROH.
ROH. Yeah, Reverend on High. Yes. So ROH is going to say our closing prayer, and anybody, soon as it's over, we can do the hot telephone, and Teri will be back tomorrow, and there'll be a normal day. So I love you all. So okay, please,
love you too.
Kathy.
I'm going to just tell you very quickly that I am not Reverend on High. I was kidding Gracie one time when she was asking about coming to my ordination. Then she said, "Well, what do I call you afterwards?" And kiddingly, I said Reverend on High. So she has never called me Kathy since. She always calls me ROH. So ROH will say the prayer. Thank you, Jeannie. Thank you, Gracie. Oh my God. Okay. Let's get real. And just close your eyes. And let's take a nice deep breath. Oh, and be so grateful that we're all here together, that we have the ability to laugh, and God has a wonderful sense of humor, and God puts that right within our hearts, that love, that joy, and that peace that is within each one of us. And it's what we feel right now. We feel that presence. We feel that love that we're giving each other, the love that we are giving the whole world by meeting here every day. We are changing the world. Sometimes we think that, oh, we're just small, that there's nothing that we can do. But we change the world every day by coming here with Teri and bringing love to each other and love and compassion for everyone in this world, for every creature, for every animal. Love to Dolly, love to all of our pets and our animals. And so right now we're going to let go. We're going to let go of anything that's of guilt or looking back in the past, because it has no power over us. The only power is that presence that made us out of itself, with all of its qualities already within us. And we say, thank you. Thank you. We accept that right here and right now, that we are one with the one, and that we live our lives knowing that every moment of every day. And so we say, I am so grateful. And so I release this word into the law of God, knowing that it's already done. And so it is, as we say together, amen.
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 Thank you, Kathy.
Oh, you're welcome.
And now it's time to give love to each other and
Yes.
to each other
Yes.
on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1.
Thank
Thank
you. I love you.
Boy, thank you.
Thank you, Auntie Jean and Gracie. Oh, you
Oh,
lift
thank
us
you,
up.
ladies, so much. And thank you for putting up with me, everybody. We're going to end saying namaste.
Namaste, y'all.
From the
Love you.
Beautiful day. Bye-bye.
From the,
Bye.
from the Three Stooges, Mo, Curly, and who? Like,
You know what, ladies?
We're still live, guys.
I know.
Okay.
I know we're still live, but I don't know how to end this.
Okay, so bye.
This happened the other day too. So what I have to do is I have to close everything. So
Alright.
I'm closing everything. Love
Love
everybody.
you guys.
Love
Bye.
you, everyone. Goodbye, Mo, Curly.
Bye-bye.
Okay.